Well, I would say that I think to be a good agent, which I think I am, you have to be considerate of a lot. And I think you have to appreciate all of the things that help contribute to the growth and evolution of the careers that you manage. And so for me to just care about a model when I was just a model agent would be short-sighted. So for me, I've always been able to identify new, interesting talent, thankfully also black, new, interesting talent, and help them with the expertise that I have navigate spaces that were unfamiliar to them and help support them by giving them talent, by giving them direction, helping them get bigger, better jobs so that they can evolve their business. Even though it wasn't something that I made money on, I felt like to pour into them would eventually be something that would pour into this thing generally in terms of creativity and expansion of ideas and appreciation of expanded beauty understandings.
Honestly, this past season there was like so many talented, and we had more than we usually had. And I was really proud of that group of people. I felt like even if they aren't, but I mean, obviously the priority is to support Black designers. But even if they aren't, I mean, I do try to just support younger designers who I know understand inclusivity and who really want to make sure that they are having a space in the industry. And so when I was at Teen Vogue, I did this program called Generation Next, and Elena Velez was part of it, and she just won at CFDA, and I was so proud of her. She's incredible talent. So it really is just young designers that I want to help, because I think that they I don't know, they have it hard. I think working in a magazine is very difficult, but I would not be a designer because I just couldn't do it. So yeah.
We oftentimes as an industry provide visibility for designers, but we don't provide infrastructure and financing and advice on supply chain and profit margins, all things that will encourage long-term business. And I think that there's a lot of push to utilize Black designers for front-facing opportunities to make other people and absolve them of the right of responsibility around being inclusive, but then allowing those people to kind of die because they don't really give them the proper advice to like manage and navigate this business in the proper way.
A lot of times I felt like there's a disconnect between when they want to hire someone and they say, okay, this photographer is amazing, but they're really racist. And to me, it's like, well, then that doesn't meet the threshold of the kind of person that you should be working with, right? Like this is common sense, but stick with me. But to me, it's more so choosing your values. Like, is it more important for you to have a pretty image or to be a company that people can actually trust and value, and your POC employees actually feel like you care and you take this seriously? And so I think a lot of times it ends up becoming a bigger conversation than they're honestly ready for, because then they're like, wait, like I didn't realize I was making that decision. I thought I was just choosing creative for this shoot. And it's like, no, it actually is everything. All the little things add up to something. And being incredibly intentional with the kind of people that you work with says something to not just consumers. It says something to people that also work there. So we were doing that for a while, and then obviously we had partnered with Color of Change to have the directory out, which is expansive to hairstylists and makeup artists and set designers and photographers, all of that. But that's something that we've gone on a million calls with brands on, and it's quite fascinating. Yes.